You may be in a season where your circumstances whisper you're too small. You don't have enough. Who are you to dream that big? But here's what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary: thinking big when everything inside tells you to stay small. The size of your beginning does not determine the size of your impact. God often uses what looks insignificant to produce what looks impossible. Zechariah 4:10 says, "Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." Small beginnings are not setbacks. They are starting lines. You might feel overlooked. You might feel unqualified. You might feel like the world is too big and you're too little. But the moment you choose to think big, despite feeling small, the game changes. It's easy to wait until you feel ready. It's easy to wait until you have more followers, more money, more experience. But most of the time, the dream was given before the resources arrived. The vision was planted before the validation came. Ephesians 3:20 reminds us, "Now all glory to God, who is able, through his mighty power at work within us, to accomplish infinitely more than we might ask or think." That means the God in you is already bigger than your limitations. He can do more than your mind can imagine, even when you feel small, weak, or insignificant. So what do you do when the voice inside says, "Who am I?" You answer with truth. I am God's design. I am called. I am positioned. I will think big. Here's how to start. Stretch your vision beyond what you see. Big thinking begins in the mind. If you only dream as big as your current reality allows, you'll never reach the heights God is calling you to. Ask yourself, if I had no fear, what would I attempt? And begin taking steps toward that, even if they're small. Don't let comparison cage your potential. Just because someone else's beginnings looked bigger, faster, or louder doesn't mean your story is less powerful. Their season is not your standard. Your timing is unique. Think big in your own lane. Build faith by acting before you feel ready. Faith is not confidence in what is already visible. It's trust in what is promised. Start the project. Say the word. Launch the idea. Let your actions stretch your vision and grow your capacity. Feed your mind with what enlarges, not what shrinks. Consume stories of comebacks. Read about people who started with nothing and became legends. Speak declarations that expand your identity. What you repeatedly feed your inner world shapes the size of your belief. Remember who's with you. You are not carrying that dream alone. The God who created galaxies lives inside of you. The same power that spoke stars into existence is available to fuel your purpose. When you think big, you begin to move differently. You stop apologizing for your vision. You stop asking permission from people who don't see it. You walk with a posture of possibility, even when the odds seem stacked against you. The enemy wants you small. He wants you to believe the lie that your past, your background, your lack, or your current struggle disqualifies you from thinking big. But the truth is, what looks like a limitation is often the very place God builds your stage. David was a shepherd boy, small, hidden, overlooked, yet he faced giants. Esther was a quiet orphan, seemingly powerless, yet called to influence a nation. Jesus took ordinary fishermen and turned them into world changers. They didn't wait to be big before they acted. They thought big while they were small, and God enlarged their influence. So start speaking to your situation. My start does not limit my finish. I will not shrink my vision because of how I feel today. I will think big, act boldly, and trust God to expand the result. Write down your dream, even if it scares you. Say it out loud. Tell someone who believes with you. Then take one step toward it today. Big things don't always begin with a roar. Sometimes they start with a whisper, an idea, a prayer, a decision to refuse small thinking. Your small today is the foundation for someone else's miracle tomorrow. Let your mind rise above your circumstances. Let your faith stretch beyond your fear. Let your identity override what you've been told you can't do. You were created for more than a restrained life. You were gifted to make a dent in history. The world needs your bold vision. Think big even when you feel small, because God's power in you doesn't measure by your size. It multiplies your faith into impact. Kindly subscribe for more videos like this.